Hey, I'm Merrill. I'm a teacher of 14 years, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to draw a light bulb. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and what my videos do are model the process of drawing. I try to take complex drawing tasks, such as drawing a light bulb, and make them easy through step-by-step instruction. So if you're a beginner or intermediate artist, you're in the right place. You're about to learn a lot. Let's begin. Step 1. Find a circular object. If you have a matcha mug, you should definitely use that. If not, something larger than a soda can will do. Step 2. Make the tiny circle that you see. Make sure that its scale is close to the scale between the two circles that you see on the screen. In other words, try to make your two circles look exactly like that. Step 3. Make the V shape. Use a ruler if you must. And notice that the V goes to about the halfway point of the circle. Step 4. Make the rectangle in between the V. Step 5. Partially close the V shape. Notice that there is a gap at the top and a very light line at the bottom. Step 6. Make another V shape from the rectangle shape. Step 7. Shade in the small circle just as you see on the screen. Step 8. Make another rectangle shape. Step 9. Add the lines that you see to the rectangle shape. Step 10. Add the shading that you see to the rectangle shape. Step 11. Add the shading to the other rectangle shape. Step 12 is tricky. Take your time with it. Notice that overall, the shape is somewhere in between a trapezoid and a rectangle. Observe it and draw it. Be sure to notice that both sides are perfectly symmetrical. Step 13. Add the small shape that is very similar to a rectangle, but not exactly a rectangle. Notice that the lines going up and down are perfectly parallel, but the lines on the top and the bottom are doing different things. Step 14. Add another one of those shapes, and the same rules apply. Step 15. Yeah, same thing again. Step 16. Yeah, add another one. Why not? Step 17. Since you're getting so good at adding these shapes, add one more. Step 18. Add some shading to the first rectangular shape that you made. Step 19. Add some shading to the second shape. Step 20. I think you know what I'm gonna say. Step 21. Blah, 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 blah. And I almost forgot. Blah. Have a nice day. Step 22. Just do it, man. Step 23. Blah, and make a trapezoid. Blah. Step 24. Make a black trapezoid. Step 25. Shade the white trapezoid. Step 26. Now we're going to do some cross-hatching. Notice the shape that I'm putting in. It's almost like a half circle, and I'm going line next to line next to line to build up a shadow that is almost as dark as the dark trapezoid, but not quite as dark yet. Here's what it looked like when I finished. Step 27. Now we're going to extend that shadow underneath the light bulb. Here's where you really get to build your drawing skills. Take a look at what I'm doing, and I want you to do it as soon as the narration stops. It's simple cross-hatching. Just do what you see. Step 28. Just erase that original line that you made for the circle. Here's what it should look like. Step 29, you're going to do some simple shading right underneath the start of the filament of the light bulb. I think that's the filament. Hope I'm right. We're almost done. Keep pushing. Step 30, we are adding another strong shadow just below what we did in step 29. Here's what it should look like. Step 31, now we're going to do some light shading underneath the triangle shape, actually crossing over into the triangle shape. And if you notice, I made a small shape for a highlight right in there. You want to leave that blank. Your space doesn't have to look exactly like mine. It's fine if it doesn't, but just leave a little bit of room for a highlight. Step 32, we are finishing up, and we're making like a question mark shape that connects the shadow that we did underneath the screw part of the bulb all the way to the triangle shape. And glass makes some really complex shadows. All you have to, don't even think about the complex shadows. All you have to think is question mark shape. So you're going to do some light shading. It's going to be an arc, and you're going to connect the two shaded areas. And now from this point, we are going to put some finishing touches on. So I'm going to use a 2B pencil. I'm going to work my way up to a 5B and a 6B pencil. It's okay if you don't have those. They're not entirely necessary, but basically those are a little bit darker. 2B is a little bit darker. Working your way up to 6B, that gets significantly darker. But it really gives you that contrast, because a lot of times a drawing will look good when you're looking at it up close, but you could barely notice it from the distance. So if you hold your picture up, I recommend you do that right now. If you could start to see, if you can see it from a distance, you know, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to be able to build the tones up to. The 2B pencil, 5B pencil, 6B pencil helps with that. Although it's not necessary, you could get a good range of tones with just a number 2 pencil. But basically, I'm working on that contrast right now. I'm trying not to change too much from what I already put, but I'm doing outlines, I'm sharpening it. The edges become very, important on this. I didn't use a slip sheet or a sheet of paper to go under my hand, but that might be a good thing to do if you're somebody who needs to rest your hands on the image. I'm using a paintbrush to kind of smooth out my shading a little bit, and basically it softens it. You know, you create lines with the pencil. It's a sharp point, you know, and it's jabbing into the paper. And what the brush does is it softens those lines. It works a lot better with charcoal, but it does do some really good stuff with pencil as well. Now, if you notice, I have been darkening the top. The top is going to be darker than the bottom. And glass bulbs kind of curve, at least the old glass bulbs do. Now we got those spirally ones, but the older glass bulbs curve, and that, you know, it picks up whatever is in the room. So, you know, if you look at a light bulb, you can see reflections of a lot of stuff that's going on. Some of the darkness is that, and some of it is just because of the placement of the source of light. I'm seeing that it's like towards us, towards the viewer, and kind of like shining upward. So the bottom seems to be illuminated. Maybe the light is bouncing off, and that's why you get that illuminated bottom, and the top is kind of dark. But glass curves, So you kind of want to go along the edge, and you want to do a little bit darker cross-hatching just to get that effect. Remember to use that eraser. The eraser is a drawing tool as well. Start your shading soft and work your way up to the darker tones. It's something that happens slowly over time. It took me about 25 minutes to do the shading. The drawing part took a little bit longer, but to do the shading it took, a good 25 minutes. So really, take your time with that. It's a high maintenance level of shading. You really want to add a little, take a little bit away with the eraser, add a little bit more. But take your time with it, definitely. So I've modeled for you how to break images down into shapes. Each one of the steps is representative of a shape. If you do a few of my videos, you'll start to do this automatically. And I've had a lot of people tell me via comments or on my Facebook page, that they really help with that. Breaking images down into shapes and then noticing the edges of shapes. So I want to know how you did. I would like to see what you did. So down in the video description of this video is a link to my Facebook page. If you could take a second and take a picture of what you made and then just post it to my Facebook page. I try to reply to as many of those as I can, but also give me some insight on how this how the instruction of the video is. I always want to refine it and make it better each time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it helpful. Please hit the thumbs up if you did. Thanks for watching.